Picture a headline: a 100-foot gap rips open at Yellowstone. It's a terrifying image, fueling panic and visions of apocalypse. But let's pause. No such gap has opened at Yellowstone. Our planet is dynamic, but its most profound changes are rarely as dramatic as the headlines suggest. Science asks us to look past fear and seek evidence. Yellowstone's story isn't about sudden doom, but about a complex geological system millions of years in the making. Its geysers and hot springs are signs of a living planet, not imminent disaster. By trading fear for curiosity, we can uncover the real science behind this natural wonder. Let's set aside myths and explore the true nature of Yellowstone together. When most people think of volcanoes, they imagine dramatic towering mountains, like Japan's Mount Fuji or Italy's Mount Vesuvius, rising sharply from the earth, their peaks capped with snow or smoke, and sometimes erupting in spectacular displays of lava and ash. These classic volcanoes, known as stratovolcanoes, are what we see in movies and textbooks, and they've shaped landscapes and cultures for centuries. But a supervolcano is something else entirely, so different in fact that it can be hard to recognize as a volcano at all. Instead of a single steep peak, a supervolcano is defined by a massive, sprawling caldera, a huge sunken depression in the Earth's surface, often stretching for dozens of miles. This caldera forms not from a typical eruption, but from an explosion so powerful that it empties the underground magma chamber, causing the ground above to collapse. The result is a landscape that looks more like a vast valley or basin than a mountain, but it's actually the scar left behind by one of the most violent events on Earth. Take Yellowstone, for example. Its caldera spans an astonishing 45 by 30 miles, an area so large it's hard to grasp from the ground. This immense scar is the legacy of a super-eruption that occurred over 600,000 years ago, releasing more than 1,000 cubic kilometers of material and reshaping the entire region. Supervolcano eruptions happen when a gigantic underground magma chamber builds up immense pressure over thousands of years. When the pressure becomes too great, it's released in a colossal explosion, thousands of times more powerful than typical volcanic eruptions. The force is enough to alter global climates and leave a mark visible from space. Yellowstone is especially famous because it's not just a geological curiosity. It's an active supervolcano sitting beneath one of America's most beloved national parks, visited by millions each year. People come for the wildlife and scenery, but few realize they're walking atop a sleeping giant. The park's iconic geysers, like Old Faithful, and its vibrant hot springs are more than just beautiful sights. They're surface expressions of the intense heat and energy simmering below. These features are constant reminders that the forces shaping Yellowstone are still very much alive. Yellowstone isn't just a park, it's a geological wonder of planetary significance. Its unique landscape, shaped by ancient eruptions and ongoing geothermal activity, offers scientists a window into the powerful processes that shape our planet. Understanding the difference between a typical volcano and a supervolcano is crucial. We're not talking about a simple mountain that erupts now and then, but a vast, complex system capable of changing the world in a single event. Scientists study Yellowstone to learn about Earth's inner workings and to better predict future eruptions. Yellowstone is a true natural wonder, shaped by forces deep within the Earth. Its story is one of immense power, ancient cataclysms, and the ongoing dance between destruction and creation that continues to shape our world today. When physicist Michio Kaku talks about Yellowstone, he's not exaggerating for headlines. Kaku is one of the world's most respected science communicators, and when he issues a warning, it's not to create panic, but to encourage awareness and preparation. Yellowstone isn't just a beautiful national park, it's also home to one of the largest active supervolcanoes on Earth, a sleeping giant that has erupted with unimaginable force in the distant past. He warns that a full-scale super-eruption could devastate the United States. The scale of destruction would be unlike anything modern civilization has ever witnessed. The eruption would send shockwaves across the continent, affecting not just the immediate area, but the entire country and even the world. The American West, with its vast cities and farmlands, would be forever changed. In his words, all you can do is run. There would be little time to react, and the sheer speed and power of the eruption would overwhelm any attempt at containment. Emergency plans would be put to the ultimate test, but the reality is that the best hope for survival would be to evacuate as quickly as possible, leaving everything behind. The immediate blast zone, up to 100 miles, would be obliterated by pyroclastic flows. These superheated clouds of gas and ash move faster than a jet plane, incinerating everything in their path. The landscape would be transformed in an instant, with forests, rivers, and towns erased from the map. ash and toxic gases could rain down over a 1,000-mile radius, collapsing buildings and crippling infrastructure. The weight of the ash would cause roofs to cave in, roads to become impassable, and power lines to fail. Air travel would grind to a halt, and millions could be left without clean water or electricity. The economic and social impact would be felt for years, if not decades. Kaku reminds us, predicting the exact timing is impossible, but on a geological timescale, it will happen someday. Scientists are constantly monitoring Yellowstone, watching for signs of increased activity, but nature operates on its own schedule. The best we can do is stay vigilant and informed, using science to give us as much warning as possible. His message is clear. We live on a planet with forces far beyond our control. The Earth is dynamic and ever-changing, shaped by processes that have been unfolding for billions of years. Supervolcanoes, earthquakes, and other natural disasters remind us of our place in the universe. These warnings aren't meant to scare, but to remind us of the immense power beneath our feet. Yellowstone's geysers and hot springs are just the surface expression of a vast, hidden force. By understanding and respecting these natural phenomena, we can better prepare for the future. It's not about panic, it's about perspective. Recognizing the risks allows us to appreciate the beauty and fragility of our world. It encourages us to support scientific research and disaster preparedness, so that if the unthinkable happens, we're as ready as we can be. We must respect the scale of nature's energy, and remember that our greatest strength lies in knowledge, preparation, and humility in the face of Earth's raw power. While super-eruption fears grab attention, scientists monitoring Yellowstone offer a calmer view. The most likely events are much smaller: hydrothermal explosions or slow-moving lava flows. Hydrothermal blasts are local, creating craters but not global chaos. Lava flows move slowly and would be contained within the park, posing little risk to people. These are normal parts of Yellowstone's life cycle. The Yellowstone Volcano Observatory reports normal activity, no signs of a looming super-eruption. Earthquake swarms are common and not cause for alarm. The reality is less cinematic than disaster movies suggest. If Yellowstone erupts in our lifetime, it will likely be a local event, not a global catastrophe. Geologists once thought super-eruptions took thousands of years to build up. This offered comfort, plenty of time to prepare. But a 2017 study revealed the final stage before eruption could happen in just decades. Mineral crystals in ancient ash showed rapid changes before the last super-eruption. This means a dormant supervolcano could become dangerous within a single lifetime. It doesn't mean an eruption is imminent, but the warning period may be much shorter than we thought. Constant monitoring is now more important than ever. The clock can speed up without warning, reminding us how quickly our world can change. Imagine the consequences of a full-scale Yellowstone super-eruption. The largest eruption was 25,000 times bigger than Mount St. Helens. Up to 87,000 people could die instantly within a 100-mile radius. Ash would bury cities, collapse roofs, destroy farmland, and contaminate water. Transportation and power would fail, plunging the region into chaos. Ash would circle the globe, blocking sunlight and triggering a volcanic winter. Global temperatures would drop, crops would fail, and food supplies could collapse. Air travel and trade would halt, causing worldwide economic crisis. This isn't just a disaster, it's a civilization-altering event. Yellowstone's power is a sobering reminder of our planet's volatility. Yellowstone's history includes 3 massive eruptions, the last 640,000 years ago. Today, scientists don't just wait, they monitor constantly. The Yellowstone Volcano Observatory uses seismometers, GPS, and gas sensors to track every tremor and change. The caldera rises and falls, like the volcano is breathing. This movement is normal and doesn't mean an eruption is coming. The current alert level is green, normal activity. Experts see no evidence of an imminent super-eruption. Real-time data provides reassurance, even as the past reminds us of Yellowstone's power. We're watching closely, and for now, the giant sleeps. Vigilance and science keep us prepared. Can we prevent a super-eruption? NASA engineers have imagined cooling Yellowstone by drilling deep and pumping water to absorb heat. The idea? Slowly drain the magma chamber's energy, reducing eruption risk. The bonus? The superheated water could generate clean geothermal power for thousands of years. The cost about $3.50 billion, far less than recovering from a disaster. But the risks are real. Drilling could trigger the very eruption we hope to prevent. Many scientists call the plan risky and speculative. For now, it's just a thought experiment, a testament to human ambition. We're beginning to imagine ways to shape our planet's destiny, but nature's power still humbles us. Our journey through Yellowstone is a fascinating exploration of science, wonder, and the delicate balance between awe and caution. Rather than focusing on fear, we uncover the remarkable story of a landscape shaped by powerful forces deep beneath our feet. Yellowstone is often called a sleeping giant, but its true nature is far more complex and captivating than a simple threat. The odds of a catastrophic super-eruption here are incredibly low, about 1 in 730,000 each year. To put that in perspective, you're far more likely to be struck by lightning or win the lottery than to witness such an event in your lifetime. Scientists have studied the volcano's history and found that these massive eruptions are exceedingly rare, separated by hundreds of thousands of years. What's much more likely are smaller, less dramatic events, occasional lava flows, or sudden hydrothermal explosions that can reshape the landscape in an instant. These are the real hazards that scientists keep a close eye on, and they remind us that Yellowstone is always changing, even if those changes are usually subtle. The real story here is one of constant observation, curiosity, and discovery. Teams of geologists, volcanologists, and park rangers work tirelessly to monitor every tremor, every shift in temperature, and every plume of steam. Their work helps us understand the rhythms of this living landscape and keep visitors safe. Through decades of research, we've learned that the Yellowstone volcano breathes. Its ground rises and falls, sometimes by several inches each year. These movements are a reminder that change can come faster than we once thought, and that the earth beneath us is always in motion. Some scientists have even proposed ambitious ideas like drilling into the magma chamber to cool it with water. These projects show the creativity and ingenuity of human beings, but they also highlight our limits when it comes to controlling nature's most powerful forces. Living on Earth means accepting that natural hazards are part of our world. Earthquakes, floods, and volcanic eruptions have shaped our planet for millions of years. Yellowstone is just the grandest, most visible example of these ongoing processes. A place where the power of nature is on full display. Yellowstone isn't a monster lurking beneath the surface. It's a vital part of our planet's engine, driving the cycles that create new land, nourish ecosystems, and sustain life. Its hot springs, geysers, and rivers are evidence of a world that is alive and ever-changing. By understanding and respecting these powerful forces, we can coexist with them safely. Education, preparation, and scientific research are our best tools for living alongside Yellowstone's dynamic geology. Yellowstone should inspire wonder, humility, and a drive to keep learning. It's a place where science and nature meet, reminding us of our place in a vast, ever-evolving world.